Hello, this is a Libra Lights Lifestyle pick a card video. I am so excited to bring this video to you. It was definitely spirit inspired, and I was like, no, this is a fantastic idea. So this pick a card is going to be what your heart chakra wants you to know, or messages from your heart chakra. So I will show you the piles so you can get a nice close-up of them. If you're new to pick a cards, I generally do suggest that you take a few slow, deep breaths, pause this video if you have to, just to kind of tune into yourself, and so you're picking with your intuition and not arbitrarily for a pile that's not going to resonate with you, okay? That being said, let's get a close-up of these piles and we'll get started. All right, everyone, so these are going to be your piles. Over here, choices number 8 with the bloodstone. Over here, pile number 2, you're going to be Mother Earth, with the number 22 and the beautiful piece of malachite. Over here, pile number 3, you are Believe. Number 4, with the green obsidian. Wow. And then for pile number 4, you guys are going to be Limitless with the number 20 and this green, I believe this is a green spiderweb jasper. If you guys know what it is better than I do, feel free to leave that in the comments. I will not be mad at being corrected. All right, so please take a minute, take a deep breath, center yourself, and pick your pile, and timestamps will be below. All right, pile number 1, if you chose choices, the number 8 choices with this very pretty bloodstone, this is for you. First off, you're kind of in a crossroads of trying to figure out what is going to be your life path, what is going to bring you that abundance, where you're supposed to be. I just need you to know that you are protected with this bloodstone. You are protected. You are exactly where you need to be. The choices that you're making, they seem hard now, but you're going to make the right choice. Don't ever doubt yourself, because every choice that you make is genuinely just something on your path that's going to continue to help you and continue to grow you. So let's get into your tarot cards and your oracle cards, okay? So 6 of Cups reversed, 10 of Swords reversed. Okay. This is very much a being bogged down by the past, being weighed down by the past, trying to release things that weren't good for you, trying to move away from a negative thought pattern that you have adopted from childhood. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. Yeah, you're learning how to trust again. You're learning how to come through and, oh, these are beautiful. You have some beautiful cards down here, all right? I just want to say that. So you're learning how to trust again. You're learning how to trust not just like your other people, but you're learning how to trust yourself, which I want to say has been probably the hardest thing for you, is learning to trust yourself again. One of the things that you definitely are needing with this Horus energy is some form of fellowship, some form of kinhood, brotherhood, sisterhood, family. You're really needing your tribe to kind of support you, and you don't really always know how to ask them for that support, or like tell them that you need that support, but you're starting to definitely learn what those things mean, that protection, that loyalty, that safety, that trust. You're definitely learning all of those things, both from yourself and from your star family. The thing is, all of the things that happened in your past that kind of shaped who you are, it was very much to give you the experiences so that you could learn to get closer to love. You have to I am just drawn to this oracle card that I'm a spirit having a human experience and I'm here to get closer to love. It is absolutely one of my favorite. It is my favorite card in that deck. So for you guys to have pulled that, you have to be a very special, a special person. You're definitely a light worker. You're definitely somebody who it is on this path, and you're really here to nurture. You're here to nurture Mother Earth. You're here to nurture yourself. You're here to really show the best and the brightest of what this world has to offer. And it sucks that in childhood you've definitely been dealt a hard hand, and I don't want to in any way, shape, or form discredit the things that you have gone through. This doesn't even necessarily need to be like the past, like your past, as much as it could be a past as in even a past life. This is past life energy too, but it doesn't matter where this trauma comes from. It doesn't matter how you picked up all of these swords. You're really learning how to release these swords, and you're making better choices on how you start to release these swords. So your heart is protected. Your heart is proud of you. Your heart is it is asking you to nurture it a little bit more. Spend time loving it, appreciating it, telling it all of the good things that it is, and respect its resilience, because you don't have this type of energy by accident. You've gone through things that have made your heart very strong and made it very resilient. And I know some of you are like, I don't feel very resilient, Elentiya, but like you really are. You are resilient. You are somebody who has gone through the best and worst things and has still come out on the other side. And it's honestly, it's a marvel. I am in absolute awe of you, and you don't see it. So with this Ten of Swords, I get the sense of you'll see it eventually, and first off, when you see it, you're just going to be someone who's totally aligned with this moon. You're going to be totally aligned with your intuition, with the mysteries of life. You're actually going to be somebody who is unafraid of the darkness, unafraid of the darkness in other people. And that is something that we don't talk enough about as light workers, honestly, is that you are somebody who will be unafraid of the darkness in others, and that in and of itself can be very powerful. That in and of itself, light workers is almost a misnomer, because you aren't just here to seed light. You are actually here to accept darkness. Darkness is simply the absence of light, and you will no longer be in places or positions or forced to stifle yourself. I'm sorry. I get the sense too, on a side note, that you are somebody who has definitely had their voice kind of stifled. I'm getting a lot of pressure in like the throat chakra area. You might even be somebody who like has often been silenced or has often been told like your ideas don't matter. Your ideas do matter. Like, you wouldn't be here if you weren't important to the collective. You wouldn't be I don't just mean here as in like on this physical existence, but you wouldn't have clicked this link if you were not in somebody that was important to the collective. And honestly, you are a fantastic soul for just coming and playing and living this game, because that's all it is. It really is a game, and you're leveling up and you're making better choices, and it's going to be super great, and I'm really excited for you. But I don't think that's all of what you want to hear. I don't think you just want somebody to tell you that you're doing it the way that you're doing it, and that's fine. I think you really are somebody who wants to have like clear-cut direction of this, this is what I need to do, or this is what needs to happen. And that's just not how it works, babe. It really isn't. You can't just go onto a pick a card or click any video on YouTube and have someone explain to you the secrets of life, as much as it's something that you definitely have to live. But you're learning how to do that. You really are learning how to do that, okay? So one of the things that I also am very much getting off of your energy is a bit of confusion, a bit of needing to nurture yourself, and because you're probably somebody who would run yourself ragged if you could. Like, if you could just do everything and be everywhere. Actually, this might be my pile. Let me be real. If you could be everywhere and do everything, you really would try and avoid making those choices and do it all. But you're being asked to like be very deliberate about where you put your energy. You're being asked to be very careful about the choices that you make and how you align yourself, and where you align both your emotions, especially in regards to past experiences, but where you align your emotions and where you align your thoughts. All right. So again, take time to stop and nurture yourself. Nurture has been like a big theme, both coming through this. This is a timeless reading, but both coming through Aquarius season and into Pisces season. Like, nurturing has been like a very big deal. And for a lot of the collective, and I will keep saying it, take time for yourself. Make time for your self-care, because it is very important. It is very, very important. So I believe that's really all I have for you. I'm not really picking up any other messages. That's definitely been the big one. Thank you for your higher self, my higher self, spirit coming through, and all of this beautiful heart chakra energy that you have reached out with. I definitely encourage you to do some meditations with your heart chakra, and maybe pick up a bloodstone if you are so inclined. It's definitely something that can be using any crystal could be really beneficial in whatever aspect of your spirituality that you choose to employ them. But I would definitely go pick up a crystal. Okay. So this has really been your reading. I'm so glad to have been able to do that. And make sure you check out the links below. If you like what we do, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Don't keep me a secret. And until next time, stay blessed. All right, if you are group number 2, you picked this beautiful piece of malachite. I love malachite. It is the master healer. Honestly, you want to put a stone on your heart chakra, that's the one I recommend. So let's get into this. Right off the bat, I get that you guys are definitely, you're the partnership people. You are the people who want everything to be peace, peace, love, love. You very much are loving and nurturing and abundant and growth oriented. You're very, Mother Earth is such a powerful energy, right? This is the primordial feminine energy, right? The oldest of the old. And you might be a very crone type energy. You might be a very psychic type energy. So what is your heart chakra trying to tell you? What is your heart chakra trying to tell you? Whoo! Okay, damn. So with this, wow, okay. Yeah, you guys are definitely just old souls. You are part of you are definitely, you're not just part of the information like index of the library. You are keepers of information. You are keepers of communication. You are keepers of knowledge, of wisdom, of like, when I tell you that you guys are wow. So outside of this, you guys might be healers, you might be Reiki masters, you might be people who are all, again, psychic, intuitive, empaths, starseeds, whatever you want to call it, earth angels, again, whatever you want to call it. The names don't really matter. It's the energy and the vibration that definitely does. Your heart, you get a lot from your heart center, in the way of your heart center is it's very much trying to lead your intuition. When people say follow your heart, you are one of those people that like they really do mean follow their heart. And when I say this, I mean that we have three major brains in our body, right? So we have our brain, that our actual brain, we have our heart, which is in and of itself can send and receive messages, and then we have like the brain that's in our gut and our solar plexus, right? And so your heart chakra is actually, it's very intuitive. It's so intuitive. It's so wise. It's so wise. And ooh, wow, I don't even have words for that one. And then, yeah, with the Hermit in reverse, you don't spend enough time like accepting or listening to your heart, actually. When I see the Hermit in reverse, it very much reminds me of when you almost get like analysis paralysis. It's like you get this really good inspiration, especially with like the High Priestess and then the Hermit, right? It's like you get this really good inspiration, this really good vibe, and you feel it, and you feel your heartstrings being pulled, and then it's just like, nope, I'm not going to do anything with that. And it's just like, what? Why wouldn't you have all of the answers? And it's almost like that being unsure of following that communication. But like, trust me when I tell you, the Hermit has a lot to do with enlightenment, right? The Hermit has a lot to do with just esoteric knowing. And so for you to have the High Priestess and the Hermit, like, this is very much the energy of like of deep intuition, deep knowledge, and it's all coming from your heart center. And so right now too, with what I'm thinking with the Malachite is you might actually need to be doing some heart work or some heart energy to heal your heart. You might have been brokenhearted in the past, and that has kept some of those messages from coming in as clear and as loud as they could be. And as well as that, I'm getting a sense too of that you are somebody who is both very empathetic, and it's almost to the fact that you are so empathetic your heart will break for other people. You care so much that your heart literally will hurt for other people, and when it does, you don't know how to ground yourself. You don't know how to reground yourself of, okay, that person's issue or stance or what have you isn't for me. That one isn't about me, or that's not a thing that I need to worry about or be concerned about, or that's not. And that your heart needs a little bit of boundaries in those regards, so that you aren't being heartbroken on the behalf of others. That's not to say that empathy is a bad thing. It's only to say that it without anything can be bad without balance, right? I'm Libra. We do light worker shit here. Like, everything is about balance, right? So having those boundaries in place around your heart can be very beneficial, so that you're not taking on more heart wounds than you need to, so that when your heart is trying to give you that guidance, trying to give you that wisdom, trying to give you that light, that you can follow it. That being said, with you having both communication, this eagle spirit, and then the keepers of light, cosmic ancestors seeding the light by staying grounded, right? So you really do need to stay grounded. But I'm also getting the sense of outside of this communication, you definitely have a natural ability either in clairaudience or clairaudience, channeling, that type of thing. So I definitely encourage you both to explore that, as well as also being mindful of those things, also being mindful of what you give access to your heart, right? So that was quite a bit of messages for you guys. Man. All right, I'm going to read your oracle card, and we're going to call Joy is the ultimate creator. Yeah. So that is, I love this card. I really do love this card. Yeah, you guys are very powerful creators. You just, when your heart is in a joyful place, that's when you should focus on your creations. That's when you need to make your vision board. That's when you need to say your affirmations. When you are having the best day ever and your heart is so light that it could practically flutter away out of your chest, that's when you do your affirmations. That's when you do your vision board. That's when you sit in the mirror and twerk and live your best life, is when your heart is that happy. If you're trying to create from anything less than that super overjoyed place, it will not work. And that's all for you, group number 2. If you like what I do, please don't keep me a secret. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. Definitely ring that notification bell so that you can stay up to date when we make future videos. And until the next time, I really do hope that you guys stay blessed and in balance. Okay, so you guys are group number 3, and this is going to be messages from your heart chakra. Right off the bat, you guys have a way more subtle energy than groups 1 and 2. You guys are you have like a very quiet strength. It's very, your heart endures, I guess is really the way to put it. With this obsidian, you could be somebody who likes to be very grounded, could be trying to be more grounded, and then that in turn is showing up in your heart reading, right? So you might be somebody who's done a lot of grounding work, that sort of thing. So with this, believe in number 4, I think that your heart really is looking for something stable, is wanting something stable, is starting to believe that stability comes from you, from within, from around you. So you are the source of your own stability, right? You know what? Let's just get into your cards. The 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, you've done some work growing yourself. Yes, you have done some work growing yourself. You've done some work growing yourself, and you're really, your heart is very, it's like proud of you. Is kind of the only words that I'm getting. Like this, it's very proud. It's proud of you, right? With this, King of Wands, this is you sitting and taking control of your manifestations. This is you taking control of your passions. This is you in your living your absolute best life. And it's taken a while for you to get here. It has taken, you've definitely had to have patience. And if you don't feel like you're in your King of Wands moment yet, please know that it is coming, and you're just being asked to be a little bit more patient. It all starts with your belief. It all starts with your beliefs. Wow. So group number 3, you guys too might have had something that kind of shook you to your core. I don't know. I'm getting like not a betrayal or like, but yeah, like a betrayal or lies or what have you that's really shaken your belief, not in others but in yourself. But you are overcoming that. You are overcoming this sort of negative belief about yourself and really starting to see all of the beautiful things about you, about your energy, about your creative. Your energy is very, it's a very mature King of Wands energy, right? So it's not like the Knight of Wands or like the Page of Wands where it's like, I need to be the loudest person in the room for the sake of being the loudest person in the room. This is the energy of a king knows when to roar and when to kind of, back up and be quiet. So yeah, perspective, none of it matters, zooms out, common ground. You have a big shift in perspective that has come to you or is coming to you, and it's something that has been almost the basis of your beliefs before have kind of turned on their head. And so like this perspective is really about you, about how you interact with the world, and about how valuable you find your own energy, right? So your heart chakra is actually, it might be I don't want to say it might be underdeveloped, but it might be that you have spent so much time working and grounding and other things that your heart chakra might need a little bit of attention in that regards, because this is kind of a bit heavier energy, right? We have summer solstice radiance, right? So you're definitely coming into a glow up. You are going through a glow up. You have been some places. You have been some dark places, right? And that's okay. One of the things too is that like we have like this darkness and then we have this light, right? And for you, it's almost like this is flipped. Like this one should be like the one that's in black and white, and that one should be the one that's in colored, because you have been some dark places. You have been really, really in the dark, and now it's just like this beautiful light is coming, this beautiful like brightness and this light energy and this like yes, this beautiful light energy is a lot of I mean that's the main vibe of it. This has been a very interesting read. I'm gonna read your oracle cards and then we're gonna close this one down. I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. Yeah. So again, you have definitely been some places where fear was the main choice, fear was the thing, but you've had this shift in perspective. You now understand how your beliefs about yourself really affect your world. And so you're choosing love. You're choosing love for you. You're choosing love for others. You're choosing love all of the time. And that's actually really just a beautiful lesson in and of itself, is how transformative love is in that regards. You can see that. So those are the messages from your heart chakra. I'm going to close this down. If you liked this reading and you found value in it, don't keep me a secret. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date when I post new videos. Until then, please stay balanced and blessed. Bye. Okay, hi, wow. So this is going to be for group number 4. You are the last group, and this is going to be after a bit of a time of adjustment, honestly, but this is going to be messages from your heart chakra. With this too, I want to say that this has definitely been a very I don't want to say difficult read for me, but it's definitely been like the last couple of groups, they've been very intense, like completely depleted me. And so I had to stop and recharge and do this. So we're going to get into group number 4, and let's see what we have for messages from your heart chakra. Right off the bat, what I am getting from you guys is that you are in fact very you're almost a little bit scared of your potential. It's almost like you don't really know what your potential is. So I do get this apprehension, like you don't know that you're limitless yet. And maybe some of you do, some of you definitely don't. Some of you definitely are almost shocked when I say limitless. But what I get to with your group, first off, jasper is it's very healing stone. It's very deep, rich stone. And this might be jasper. I do have the feeling that it is jasper. I've worked with a bit of jasper, but it might be a different stone, in which case, if you know, please feel free to leave that down in the comments. But what I get off of this too is that you're kind of trying to see where your place is. See, with all these spider webs, when we think of spider webs, it's like, that is essentially the spider's home, but it's very much has the energy of like trying to figure out where your place is in the grand scheme of things in this web of life, right? So you might not be fully awakened to your potential, and male, female, non-binary, does not matter what you recognize yourself as, but you might be somebody who is in need of rebalancing their feminine energy, because I do get that with spiders. When spiders come through, it does have a lot usually to do with feminine energy, as well as balancing that feminine energy. Okay, so that's that one. So we're going to look at your tarot cards and your oracle, and we're just going to put them, I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding to perceive through fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. Okay. I feel like that was strange too, because I do feel that I've seen that card recently with a lot of people, but also I do get the sense too of that just I've read your pile before, but that's just a lot of my life is I've already done this before, help, right? So let's see, with the world and judgment in reverse. Okay, yeah, I've definitely pulled this iteration of cards for you guys, and trust the time in a different pick a card, and I'm actually really glad that I have spent some time kind of relaxing, recharging, and approach this with fresh energy, because it does it gives a lot of feelings different from the first time that I looked at this collection, right? So with this, let's talk about the world in reverse. The world usually has to do with completion, right? And it's like we have come to the end of our cycle. We have all of this knowledge, all of this, of the different elements, of the different signs, this different perspective, and this deeper knowing. And it being worldly is equivalent linguistically to being knowledgeable, right? When you're someone that's worldly and well-traveled and well-read, they're knowledgeable. And with this judgment is very much has to do with the opposite of being worldly, right? This is being very spiritual. This is an outpouring. This is, baptismal. It's, right or wrong. whether you're on the right side of judgment or you're on the wrong side of judgment. Judgment has very much to do with what is not of this world, right? So you my friends are kind of in this your heart's very conflicted because you're in this place of wanting both to feel part of the world, and you're also having this place of wanting to feel part spiritual, like higher spiritual, and you're actually feeling none of it. Sorry to tell you, but you're actually feeling like you don't have a place in this world, and you're also having a feeling like you don't have a place in the spiritual sense, like there's no point to you. And that could not be the furthest thing from the truth, right? So, like, it's just not true. It's just not true. When what you guys are really craving or wanting is the sense of, feeling that you are part of the world, feeling like you're connected to the world, and feeling like you are divinely guided, that you are blessed, you are special. And your heart is not quite sure how to reconcile that. You've been going through quite a bit of different places and things, and you're actually approaching this in like still very much in your childhood spiritually. You're spiritually in you're in a spiritual childhood. You're still understanding or coming to learn certain things, and that could be in and of themselves within having like very strict teachers and people that are showing you or demonstrating this for you, and you're just kind of following. But this is a very innocent, a very unlearned place. It's like you're starting from square one. You're starting the first part of this journey. But the thing that's your heart chakra really wants you to understand is that you need to trust the timing, trust the wave that you came in on. Time is not running out. I only am laughing, or only this like I don't want to say amused, because it's not like funny, haha funny, but it is funny because usually, very frequently, right, this is my card that comes up, because I have a lot of air and a lot of fire in my chart, and I am always the one that's like, I need to go. I need to I need to be doing this, and this every day so that I can feel like and sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes it very much is about trust, and trusting the timing more than anything is telling you that you might not feel like you have that place in the world right now, but you'll be there yet. You might not feel like you are worldly and, well-read and intelligent and all of those other things right now, but you will get there. The Judgment card very much is like, yes, it does warn us of like, it's interesting too, because like Judgment's usually the first card and it comes before the world. But this is because in order for you to have mastery of the physical, you have to also have mastery of the spiritual. But you really want like your priorities are almost kind of flipped, and I'm not saying that in a way of being negative or judging. I promise you I'm not, right? But your judgment, you're kind of flipped in that of like, you really want your place in the world first, and then you want to feel that like it's been part of the divine guidance. And the reason why you need to trust the timing is so that you can understand that in order for you to get that travel, that see the world, that experience, you have to trust the timing. And trusting the timing is part of putting that closing that chapter first, of understanding your place, your spiritual place in it, and then the trusting the world. But that is all I've got for your heart chakra messages. It's really about trust for you. It's really about patience for you, and it's really about knowing your space and knowing your worth for you. I thank you for your time and your energy. You guys are a fantastic group to read for. That being said, if you like what we do, don't keep a secret, and let's stay in touch. please make sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on new videos, as well as take a look at our Patreon and our Instagram and all of that jazz, just so that we can stay in touch and get some encouragement out for you and really just be part of the fam, grow the movement, right? So that's really all for you guys. I hope that you have a fantastic day and that this brought you back into balance, all right? Take care.